I hear from many people that they wonder, why they have prayed and prayed and they don't see answers from God. Why they ask and ask and they don't see anything change in their life. And I'd like to just share with you a couple things that I've learned that have changed that in my life. And they really began when I was first wondering about God. Does he care? Does he exist? Is he around? Because in my early 20s as a younger man, I was really questioning the existence of God because I looked around the world and it seemed like if there's a God, he couldn't be involved, he couldn't be on duty because the world's such a mess. If this is his creation and his creation is so flawed, how could there possibly be a God that cares or is active in the world? And I was wondering about that. And I was also struggling because the world told me certain things that should make me happy, should be the purpose and meaning of my life. And those things that I was attaining were not satisfying me. I was told that if you made good money, you'd find the meaning to life. And I was making good money for my age group in my 20s. They told me that if I had a house and a sports car, I would be satisfied. They told me that if I was married to a lovely wife, which I was, or had children and I had a lovely young son, all these things that the world told me should make me happy were leaving me empty. And I felt empty. I felt like I wasn't satisfied. I wasn't content. And this yearning on the inside that I didn't know where it came from, that was actually making me miserable. And I was finding that I was searching for something, searching for meaning, searching for contentment, and I couldn't find it anywhere. And I was working harder and harder, trying to find that peace in work and in the struggle in life to succeed, to attain higher levels of success. And that wasn't satisfying me either. And all this began to wear on me. I started to have severe panic attacks. I started to be so sick, I got to the point where I could hardly drive my car. I could hardly leave my home. Well, one of my customers invited me to come hear a minister who had been traveling through the city that I lived in. I lived in a city on the East Coast. And I said, you know what, I'm falling apart. I'll go hear this man speak. And so I went to hear him, and I brought my wife and my mother, and we went with a couple people from this friend's church, and we just were listening to this pastor from Chicago speak. So I was sitting there listening to him, and I don't even know what he was talking about. But as I was listening, I started to have a panic attack, and I didn't want to pass out, fall over the chairs, make a scene. I was sitting all the way in the back. So I just stood up to leave. So I stood to leave, and as I was standing, getting ready to walk down, slide down the aisle, I saw this white light go around the pastor, a white light like I had never seen in my life, brighter than the noonday sun. And after I saw that light, I saw this flash of light, and that flash of light hit me and threw me back in my chair. It stunned me. I didn't know what it was. But one of the interesting things that happened is instantly I knew that I was healed. All those symptoms disappeared. The fears that I had and the lack of contentment, it was gone. I was completely healed. One woman said, "Did you see that light?" Another woman said, "Did you feel that?" I knew that other people had experienced at least somewhat what I had experienced. I didn't know what it was, but whatever it was, that power that existed now somewhere in the universe, I had now experienced, and I wanted more of that. I wanted to understand what that was. After the service, I went up to the pastor and I asked him about it. I asked him what happened. And he said that it was the power of Jesus Christ, that healed me. And so I had now encountered something about God that I didn't know existed, and it changed everything in my life. Encountering that power of God, the power that's available in this world, changed everything for me. And I wanted to understand it better, and I wanted to know it better. And one of the things the pastor told me, he said, there's one book in the world that is perfect. One book that can actually answer all your questions and can be the only guide to your life that can lead you not only through your entire life, but even beyond death, even into the next life. He said that was the Bible. And so I went and got a copy of a Bible, and I started reading it and studying it and trying to figure out from what I was reading, how could I know that this Bible was true? I knew that I experienced something incredible, but I knew that I needed to find out, how can I validate this book? How can I understand what has happened to me? And so I wanted to share with you something incredible that happened to me, and also the fact that what happened to me is available to everyone. And so I just wanted to share with you that there is a power beyond this world that can help change things in this world, and that there is a reality beyond what meets the eye that can help us live a better life here on earth. And so, again, I want to thank you for this time. I hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like more information on how to live a better life, how to encounter more of this power here on earth, you can go to our website at forhisglorymin.org, forhisglorymin.org. And please share this message with your friends and family and with others that might need a touch from the power of God to change their lives here on earth. Thank you.